What's going on, guys? Welcome to the channel and welcome to the live stream. I've been wanting to do this for a little while, so bear with me here. I've got to fix the angle of this. There we go. That seems straight. So, this is something I've been wanting to do for a while, for quite some time. It never really got around to getting the show started, and that is the best factory exhaust. I want to make this like a series. What seems to be you think the best stock exhaust is, like vehicles that you may have owned or heard. What do you think the best factory exhaust is currently? That's the topic today. It could be a vehicle, like I said, that you've owned, haven't owned, rented, been in, doesn't matter. So I'll start by what I'm talking about. And I think, like, I've owned the Charger Hellcat. I've owned the Challenger Red Eye. I had two Charger Hellcats. I had a Jeep SRT, a Durango SRT. I had a 5.7 Durango. I had a GT500, a BMW E46 M3. I had an E92 M3. I had an E90 335i. The list goes on and on. If I had to say which exhaust from the factory, when I say the best exhaust, and I mean perfect and just all down, like downright nasty and good, to the point where you would really think twice about modding it. Now, we all know that car lovers are always going to mod their exhaust, always, because we love to tinker with stuff. So there are those cars, though, that you buy, and when you buy them, I know you guys have been there before, you go to buy a car, and you're like, the first thing I'm doing is changing the exhaust. The first thing I'm doing, I'm getting an exhaust system for it. Well, there is a few select cars in the world where you go and buy them, and you guys, I'm sure, have been there, where the first couple of months you own the car, you refuse to modify the exhaust because it's that good. It really is good. Then you've got cars that are so good that they sound worse once you mod them because they're so damn good. There's nothing you can do to them. So I'm going to start out and give you guys, I'm going to look at the comments in a minute. I'm going to start out and give you guys my top 3 exhaust systems on a car from the factory that I think are the absolute best, in my opinion. And we're going to start off with, in number 3, the third place for me would absolutely, positively have to be the Ferrari 812 Superfast. I think the exhaust on that car can't get any better. I would hate for anybody to modify the exhaust in that car. It would just be pointless. It really would be pointless. The exhaust just sounds that good. Now, as far as second place, I think it's kind of a toss-up, but I'm going to go with the Red Eye. The Red Eye has got an exhaust from the factory that's very deep and bassy and throaty at wide open throttle when you're building boost with the supercharger. To be honest, a GT House is a great exhaust, but I think the Red Eye can be left by itself. And what I mean by left means no muffler deletes, no mid-muffler deletes, nothing, stock. Like the Red Eye sounds different than the Challenger Hellcat or Charger Hellcat. It just sounds a little bit different. And I drove it with a stock exhaust on the way to pick up the GT350, and I hadn't heard it in almost a year with the stock exhaust, actually over a year, and it was incredible. And to the point where I could live with a stock exhaust on a Challenger. I just wish it had an exhaust system that had an active exhaust, like a flap, where you could do a mid-muffler bypass or put the muffler back on like the GT350, because there's times where the stock sound on the Red Eye would be better. There's times when making it louder would be better, but overall, one of the most pleasing exhaust systems I've ever heard in my life. Now, it's going to come as a surprise when I tell you guys what I think the best sounding exhaust is. I think it's a toss-up in my book. For stock sounding exhaust from the factory, I think it really is a toss-up, and it's going to be 2 very different cars tied for first place. The one of the first place cars for me would be the Alfa Romeo Giulia Quadrifoglio. I think it is the best sounding exhaust from the factory, or one of them, of any car I've ever heard. It is just pure eargasmic or ear candy. Like, it really is that good. And tied for first place would be the GT350. I think the GT350 and the Giulia Quadrifoglio are the 2 best factory sounding exhausts. And when I say best, I mean exhaust systems that I've heard in person, owned, driven, or cars that I've been around. We can't go off of a vehicle that we've never seen, or a vehicle that we've never been near, or that we've never heard. And I don't really want to talk about Koenigsegg cars and stuff like that, because those are $1 million cars. We're talking about let's be realistic. Cars that are under $500,000 or under $300,000. Like, we don't want to go all out. We're talking realistic cars that we've all owned and been around. I would say the GT350 and the Quadrifoglio are the two best exhaust systems from the factory, with the Red Eye and Demon, which are pretty much the same, right behind it. And then, of course, right behind that, the Ferrari 812 Superfast is really good. It's really good. There's a bunch of others that are good. Don't get me wrong. My old Mercedes-Benz C300 AMG was a beautiful exhaust. So is my BMW M3, but I don't think they compete with the Quadrifoglio, and they definitely don't handle as good, even though that's not about handling. But the GT350's got them all beat. They really do. So I'm going to look at comments here. We'll take a look at the GT350. I think this right here truly is the best factory exhaust system you're going to get. Like, I really do. So I'm reading comments right now. GT350. What's up, Doom? What's up, Frank? What's up, Dylan? 707 Hellcat Doctor. Hellcat and Scat Packs are good. What's up, CNC? What is going on, Orange Crush? What's up, Steve? Mustang 516. Straight headers, right, Steve Mustang? What's up, Michael Corleone? What's up, Fish Sticks? Appreciate it, buddy. Make sure I'm not missing anybody's name while we're staring at the car here. Thanks, Joel. I appreciate it, buddy. I don't think the GT350 should be in there. I think the Hellcat or Corvette are much better. Then again, I don't care for the 5.0 sound. Love the engine. Don't care for the sound. Okay. Whoa. Oh, my gimbal died. Hold on. I think my gimbal just died. And it just died all on its own. Bear with me. Bear with me. Yep, I think it died. Oh, well. Looks like I'm going to have to go manual. So bear with me right now. Technical difficulties. Okay. We're going to go manual because my gimbal decided to die, and I haven't even used it in a week, so the battery shouldn't be dead. But in any case, I think the GT350 has a great exhaust. That's what opinions are for. Yep, I agree, Doctor. What's up, Nicholas? The factory exhaust sounds awesome. I agree. 2021 CUDA, or get the Scat Pack Charger. Get the Scat Pack Charger now and trade in. You could do that. C62 sounds great. I agree, Orange. Let me see here. Yeah, definitely agree. You have to turn your head when it passes by. Exhaust is the best. V12 AMG is good for sure. GT500 is definitely in the top list, just not top 3. A good sounding exhaust for the 6.1. Any input? I would say Corsa all the way. I appreciate that, Doctor. I got stuff coming. What's up, Fencer? Corvettes are kind of plain. Just everyone think they got to have one, and just, yeah, the vet name kind of. I agree to that to a certain degree, yeah. My Slant 6 Valiant has awesome exhaust note, like sewing machine on steroids. Is your exhaust now completely back to stock and welded together? No. I have a resonator delete, and what I've done is where I cut it to put the Corsa pipe on, I clamped it, which means I can put the Corsa back on anytime I want, or the stock X pipe. I can now swap X pipes at any time I feel like it for different sound. I like having options. Now, Beeline, if you guys know who Beeline are, they're almost like Shift Tech. Beeline has sponsored me. So in the next week or two, I'm going to have their high flow cat delete pipes with resonators. So it's going to be louder than stock, but not as loud as a full cat delete. So if you've heard a cat delete on the 5.0 or the GT350, it sounds really raspy and tin can-like. With the resonator, it's definitely going to tone out the edginess of that, and we're going to see how it sounds. So that's going to be going on real soon. You think X-pipe helps? Yes, X-pipes definitely help. Clamp is better than welding. Good choice. Absolutely. What's up, Mr. Turf Dog? I haven't changed the exhaust on my Scat Pack. What's the best exhaust for it? For the Scat Pack, I would say Corsa. I really would. Corsa and GT House are the two best exhaust systems you can get for a car. These Q&As are going to be 30 minutes, 2 to 3 times a week right now. We're all in quarantine, but you guys can see I got a nice, lovely yard here. I got a pool behind the fence, which we're opening up in a couple of weeks. And then, of course, a ginormous backyard to have fun and for the kids. So quarantine's not that bad after all, at least for right now. I haven't been out of the house other than to drive or go to PA and go to Mexico to race. I haven't been out of the house in a month, 3 weeks. So The Hemi sound, the comment disappeared. Because of you, I bought the GT House for my Red Eye. Absolutely, bro. I appreciate that, buddy. Best exhaust ever. Yeah, I heard Joel. I've heard of that name. I've also heard of Mr. T or MSRT exhaust, whatever it is, for the GT350. Any of them are good. Yeah, the Hemis all sound good. Nothing beats a cammed out LS. Yeah, for sure. LSs sound good. 3-inch is okay. The GT House exhaust is a 3-inch exhaust for the Hellcat, which is what makes it so loud. I think 2 3/4 is good for a GT350. But on a Hellcat and a GT500, you need a 3-inch. Just remember, when you go with a 3-inch exhaust, put resonators on it, because when you get anything above 2 3/4, you get raspy. That's the reason why the X-pipe delete, or the resonator delete on the GT350, the Corsa sounds raspy because it's 3 inches, whereas the GT350R resonator delete is 2 3/4. That's why it's not raspy. It's very weird how exhaust works. Once you start getting up around 3-inch, there's not enough back pressure, so you start getting rasp and spitting and tin can sound, and that all comes from larger pipes. So if you really want a deep sound and a clean sound, you want to go with a 2 3/4 inch, or you want to go with a 3-inch with a set of maybe Vibrant resonators. Look up Vibrant, Vibrant. They make some of the best resonators on the planet, and you'll want to get a nice set of 12 or 14-inch long resonators and do a full 3-inch exhaust. You can do that, but just know that when you go full 3-inch exhaust that doesn't have active flaps like GT House, and you're stuck wide open all the time, you're going to have a lot of rasp and a lot of kind of tin sound. That's just how it is with 3-inch exhaust, especially in the 5.0s. Ford has always aimed to please with most of them. Yeah, they really have, Fencer. They've done a great job. 3-inch is definitely great. I agree, Doctor. Just like I said, the resonators. Just put turbos on it and be done. Well, I plan on doing that. I do. I plan on doing twin turbo or a supercharger. The thing is, these cars are very light. Like if you look at this car compared to the Red Eye, it's definitely smaller. Like, I'm not even kidding. If I was to park the Red Eye up front the same as the Mustang, I would say that the Red Eye would probably be somewhere back here. Like, it would be like right about here. It's probably about like the Mustang's about as long as the Red Eye back here, but the way it curves, the Red Eye is square, so the frame is kind of right about here. That's all extra steel, and it's not just that, it's width. Like when you look at the Red Eye was probably about 1 inch on either side wider and about 1 inch on the length, maybe 2. So you probably had about 2-3 inches in total difference in width, and you've got about 2 to 3 inches in length. And not only that, where the biggest thing is about the Red Eye is the roof on the Red Eye was about here, and the wheel wells were about the same. They're right about right here. So you've got all this extra steel, and like it comes back down here, and then it comes back, and you've got the trunk. So there's a lot more steel up top. There's a lot more steel on the sides. It's longer, and then that's without getting into any of the components. So it really is a bigger, heavier car, and it's not just those things either. The control arms on the GT350 are aluminum. They're lightweight aluminum on the Mustang. On the Red Eye, everything is just casted steel. So like where the springs, the purchase for the springs in the back, which is part of the control arm, it probably only weighs 2 or 3 pounds, if that. The one on the Red Eye, probably, it's attached to the subframe, it's different, but like, if you were to measure up the components of this car versus the Red Eye, the components are lighter, the wheels are lighter, the exhaust is lighter, the frame and chassis is lighter, the hood is lighter, everything is lighter, the door is definitely lighter, the mirrors are smaller, the spoiler doesn't matter. It doesn't make much of a difference at all. But overall, as a whole, it's just a lighter car from every aspect. The engine is lighter. There's no supercharger. There's a lot of weight difference. Like if you really go and compare the two, the Hellcat Red Eye, like I said, mine was 4,440. We haven't got this car on a scale yet, but I bet you this car weighs about 3,740. 3750. It might be like low 37s. We're not sure yet, but this car is, without a shadow of a doubt, 700 plus pounds lighter. This car is very light. We still got a lot of things to do. I plan on doing a seat delete. I plan on getting Graham light wheels, or GT350R wheels are too expensive. So I'm probably going to go with Graham lights because they're about 3 pounds a wheel lighter. So I'll save another 12 to 15 pounds off the wheels. I'm going to try to delete the back seat if I can with the seat delete. So there's another 35 pounds. Probably going to take out the passenger seat permanently since this is my race car. So I'm going to take it to a road course as well. So just between the front seat and the back seats, that's about 80 pounds. And then, of course, me saving another 15 or 20 pounds on the wheels, there's 100. I'm going to take the battery out and go with a lightweight battery. So the battery that's in it is like 50 pounds, I want to say, or 60 pounds, like 55, something like that. The battery I'm going with is 20. So there's going to be another 30 pounds out of the battery. So there's going to be about 130 pounds in savings, not including the brakes, if I can get around to doing those as well. So what we're really looking at is this car, even if it weighed 3760, which is what they say on Google, this car would probably be more like 3630, 3620. You guys have to understand, 3,600 pounds is light. This car is making almost 600 crank. With 600 horsepower and only weighing 3,600 pounds, that's like a Hellcat. Because, yeah, a Hellcat makes like 130 more horsepower, 120 more horsepower, but it's 1,000 pounds heavier. So this, in order for this to be neck and neck, I'm probably going to have to delete the cats and retune and lose another 100 pounds. And this is going to be right up there with them because of the weight. Remember, guys, horsepower to weight ratio. It's a really big key, but that's what I'm working on right now, is trying to figure out ways to get more weight out of the car, because the lighter we can make the car, then obviously the faster it's going to be. And we're already starting with a very light car as it is. I mean, 3,700 pounds is not heavy at all for a car that seats 4 people. So pretty happy about that. I definitely want to get it on a dyno. Design of the X-Pipe can affect raspiness too. Red Eye is definitely a muscle car. Supercharger or twin turbos would be definitely good as well. Either way, I'm doing one or the other. GT350 is a sports car, because here's the thing. A muscle car comes from the old term from the 60s and 70s, where they were heavy. They had lots of horsepower in a straight line. Those are muscle cars. They weren't forgiving on the streets. They weren't that comfortable. That's a muscle car. The Challenger is very comfortable, so you could say it's a sports/muscle car. But a sports car is one that's fast, one that has tech, one that handles good, sounds good, one that's a driver's car, good on a drag strip, good on a road course, good on the street. That's a sports car. The Mustang, because of its quality of its interior and its handling and its speed, it is a purebred sports car now. Unfortunately, the Challenger is not a full-bred sports car yet. It's still very much a muscle car in a lot of ways, but it still kind of goes into the gray area, because a sports car, like I said, is one that's luxurious, handles well, and is multi-purposed, well-rounded, and well-refined. And the Challenger, believe it or not, as much as the haters try to say it's not, the Challenger today is very much a sports car. I know that muscle car enthusiasts are going to say it's a muscle car, but if you've ever had the luxury of sitting in, as ironic as that may sound, or oxymoronic, if you've had the luxury of sitting in an old muscle car, they weren't comfortable, they weren't smooth, they idled like shit, they were fast, but you couldn't take a turn in those cars but 30 miles an hour, you'd wipe out. They weren't practical. A full-fledged 426 or a Plymouth Cuda all decked out with 800 horsepower was not practical. It just was not practical or comfortable. It was a muscle car. Well, if you compare the true heritage of a muscle car, even the Challenger Hellcat Red Eyes, the Hellcat, the Demons, are not muscle cars. They're comfortable. They have high-quality carbon interior components. They have leather. They have suede Alcantara. They are sports cars. Dodge markets it as a muscle car because it's still got the big engine, but it's really, there really is no true muscle car left. I mean, maybe for engine-wise, but in a reality, the Hellcat is really a sports car because of the quality of the car. And the Mustang is the exact same thing. They're both sports cars, to be honest. I would argue till I'm blue in the face with anybody about that. There is no real muscle car left. And that's a good thing, because muscle car versus sports car doesn't matter. You could still have a sports car that's faster. A muscle car is called a muscle car because it's only good for one thing. And that's not a good thing, because then you have no comfort when you drive the car. You have no practicality, no warranty, no reliability. These Hellcats are reliable as all hell. There's guys that got 80,000 miles on their Hellcats and they drag race weekly and they've never had an engine problem. There hasn't been a single Hellcat that I know of that's blown up from the factory brand new. I mean, they're absolutely phenomenal. So I think they are a muscle / sports car, whereas the Mustang is a straight sports car. But you could say the same thing with the Mustang. It's got a V8. It's muscular sounding. So it really is, everybody has their own opinions. Wait, buddy. So I don't know. I think that I don't think we really have a muscle car left, because muscle car is a term, like I said, that's not good. It's a car that has no practicality, is not very comfortable, and the warranty sucks, and all you get is straight line performance. That's pretty much a muscle car. And the Red Eye is definitely passing that. What's up, buddy? I'm on the live stream. What do you want, bud? Okay, go put your shoes on. So that was my son. He was just talking to me. The term originated in the 60s and 70s for special edition mass production cars, which were designed for drag racing. Yes. I can't do it. Okay, well, hold on. I'm on the video. So basically, I still feel that the Hellcat's not really a muscle car. It is, but it's not a full-fledged muscle car. It's a hybrid. It's a muscle sports car, because, like I said, as soon as you put comfortable interior and comfortable suspension and you can drive it across the country in pure comfort and you have a warranty, there goes your full-fledged muscle car out the window. It's now kind of muscle / sports car at that point. So what do you guys think about exhaust? Back to the topic at hand, exhaust. What is the best exhaust system from the factory, in your guys' opinions? If you're just joining in this Q&A for 30 minutes, what is your favorite exhaust of any car from the factory? Yeah, exactly. V8s that are designed for racing. If that's the case, then the GT350 would be more of a muscle car, though, than the Red Eye, because that engine was legitimately designed for road course racing. So I kind of give them like the hybrid term. They're kind of sport / muscle, because they do both. But you don't want a full-fledged muscle car for daily driving. They're not comfortable. Hold on, buddy. I'm doing the video. Here you go, bud. Put your jacket on.
But it don't look right.
I'll fix it. Hold on. I can't do it because I only have one arm. You have to fix it. So what do you guys think? GT350, Hellcat. What about the GTO from the 60s? Can be any of these cars. The Grand National. Doesn't really matter. Any car you can think of that has an absolute best sounding exhaust, in your opinion, that doesn't need any work done. And in the meantime, I'll look at comments. The GT500 I really didn't want to go with because it was $30,000 more, and you're not getting $30,000 worth of performance. They are overpriced right now, so I'm probably going to get one of them at the end of the year. Probably at the end of the year. You put that on backwards, buddy. So we're going to be looking at probably November or December. I don't ever believe was required to be uncomfortable. Well, a muscle car is not required to be uncomfortable, but typically muscle cars are not comfortable. Based on the history of the 60s and 70s and all muscle cars, none of them were comfortable. A true sports car, there's a definition of it. You guys go read up. You'll see what the true definition of a sports car is one that's got a refined interior, one that's comfortable handling. Like the GT350 is the prime example of a sports car. The Mercedes AMG C63, that is a sports luxury car. When you look at cars like, the BMW M3, that's a sports car. When you look at the Alfa Romeo Giulia, that's a sports car, a sedan sports car, but it's not really because it's 4 doors, so it's kind of in a gray area. Really, a sports car is easy to discern the difference between muscle and sports car. A sports car, a low built designed for performance at high speeds. I mean, there's a few different ways to look at it, but the easiest way to look at it would be the Challenger of 2008. That was a muscle car. The Challenger today is still technically a muscle car, but you'll see a big difference between muscle cars and sports cars. And I would say that the Hellcat, because it does 200 miles an hour, the Hellcat is very much a sports car, very much so. I feel like it keeps the heritage of the muscle car, but it also incorporates sports car heritage as well. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's literally nothing wrong with it. That's perfect. But I owned 3 Hellcats, a Red Eye and 2 Chargers, and I can tell you they are far from pure muscle cars. They are very high speed. They corner very well. They're very much hybrids. They are sports / muscle cars, and they're awesome. Yeah, exactly. They're definitely hybrids, in my opinion. The old GT500 versus the new one. I think that the new one's better. The new one's a lot better because of the DCT auto. That new GT500's killer. It really is. I'm going to buy it, and I'm literally putting E85 and a tune on it and a smaller pulley the moment I have it. The old GT500 is great because it's manual. It really is. But the new GT500 is by far superior to the old one in pure speed. And not to mention, it handles a lot better. You got to remember, there was a solid axle in the old S197 chassis that went from 2005 till 2014. Just like the Hellcats have chassis and the Mustangs have them, the Camaros have them, they all have platforms that they're built on. Well, the chassis for the Mustang from 2005 to 2009 was an S197. Before that, from 99 to 04 was a New Edge, and then before that was 93 to 98, and that was an SN95. Well, the new one, which is the one I have, and the GT500, and the new GT from 2015 till now is the S550. It's a much better chassis. It's independent suspension, independent rear, versus the old S197, which had a solid frame, or solid axle, should I say, and that was a problem for handling. So the new GT500 will out-handle the old one, and it's also faster. Now, if we're talking about straight line speed at the track, if you're like a really good shifter, you might be able to make more power out of the old one, maybe, because we're not sure what the new engines and trans are capable of, but I know lots of guys have 800-900 wheel out of the old one. Granted, the new GT500, they're already making 900 wheel as it is, so I'd have to go with the new one, unless you like a manual transmission. Thanks so much for the super chat. I appreciate that, Steve Mustang 516. I appreciate it, buddy. Let's hear the GT350 exhaust. We'll definitely cold start the car, for sure. They're almost like crossovers. What's like a crossover? I think I missed that. A Corvette with a 427 convertible with a stock exhaust. I just pulled the fuse, the valves open. Oh, yeah, that's pretty cool. I've heard of some people doing that. Yep. Oh, yeah, Ken, I should do a yard tour, yeah. Some of the Chrysler Crossfires with the 6-speed had pretty good exhaust. Oh, yeah, they did, for sure. I remember that. The little spoiler would actually expand and get bigger and go up and down. Like, that was really cool. I remember that. It was the first time I've ever seen that. I've been thinking, should I get the CUDA or the Scat Pack? I'd get the Scat Pack, Frank, for sure, and then trade in once the CUDA comes out. The Red Eye exhaust mix with its supercharger sound. Yeah, I agree. It really is great. That's the pool, if you guys want to see. That's the pool. Everybody and everything, at least for now. But definitely sounds amazing, for sure. The Red Eye is one of the best sounding exhausts I've ever heard in my life, except for the GT350, the Quadrifoglio, the Ferrari 812 Superfast. They're all up there. There's a couple of exhaust systems that from factory cars that are wicked fast, but they suck. Like my old Mustang GT from 2005, the exhaust really sucked on that. It was really bad. Like, you had to modify it. It was horrible. It was just really sucky, to say the least. I would say that if I was going to talk about exhaust for worst exhaust that I've ever heard, besides the '05 Mustang, there's quite a few actually, but that's one of the worst ones for sure. The car sounded good once you got like a aftermarket exhaust on it, but the factory just sounded so bad. No, actually, you know what? Mustang GT of '05 wasn't the worst. There's actually quite a few others that were way worse. My BMW 335i was silent. You couldn't hear it. It had 2 sets of resonators on the thing and catalytic converters and mufflers. It was horrendous. You could not hear anything out of that car. And so you replaced the whole exhaust system. It was real bad. It was real bad. I hated it. Absolutely hated it. I had to cut the resonators out. It was just really sucky, to say the least. There's a lot of cars that have bad exhaust systems. I appreciate that, bro. I really do. Orange Crush. Muscle cars, sports cars nowadays. Yeah, I agree. What do you think about the new C8? It's great. It's a great car. It really is. It's fast. This guy said the best exhaust is a Tesla. Oh my God. Nope. I say the C8's good. It's fast. It's very quick. And it has good qualities about the design. It handles really good around corners from what I've seen. It's a good race car, track car. And the exhaust I'm not a fan of. I'm just not. I'm not a fan of the exhaust in any way, shape, or form. It sounds too weird. I can't explain it. I think the C8's got one of the worst sounding exhaust systems ever. But Street Speed 77's car sounds good with his aftermarket exhaust. I just don't like how it sounds from the factory. I appreciate that, Gabriel. I really do. I read all the comments. You know, and here's the thing too. And I get this quite a lot. People ask me, you know, how can you be so sure of this? How can you say this or say that? How do you know this? Well, here's the thing. I'm not putting any names out there, but there's a lot of YouTubers, and I mean a lot, and you guys know they exist because I'm sure you guys see it on a daily basis when you're on YouTube. There's a lot of guys that don't have a clue about cars. They can't change their own oil. And then you got other guys who can change their oil, but they don't know anything about cars besides an oil change or a tire rotation or an exhaust. They have no idea about their cars. The thing is I'm going to give you guys a little bit of insight on me, because I don't think I've ever said this before or talked about it, but I figured might as well do it now. I'm going to do a whole video on it later, but my parents were really strict on me growing up. They're very strict, and not strict where it was like being in a prison or anything. But when my friends were all out partying at 16, 17, they're all trying to sneak alcohol and get drunk and do all this crazy stuff, or they were doing drugs, or they were just playing video games and just not doing anything really creative. I was studying cars. I was in a garage working on cars and testing them out and going to the drag strip. I made my first pass at the drag strip when I was 17. So I spent a lot of time, you know, doing car stuff. So, you know, when I was working on cars and learning about them, I wanted something else to do at my time. You don't do cars 24 hours a day. Obviously, you need downtime. So when I would have my downtime, I studied photography and film. So I get some people who come on my YouTube channel and say, how could you possibly know everything about cars and know everything about cameras? Or how can you possibly know these things? Or what makes you think you know this or know that? The thing is, I never partied. I never went out. I never partied. I never got drunk. I never did drugs. I never went out and hung out in social gatherings at big parties. I studied. That's all I did was study, work, somehow come off as a Mr. Know-it-all, but it's just confidence of knowledge over 20 years of doing something. Like, think about something you'd start doing. Like, say you just started doing something last week. Think about how much better you are today than you were last week. Think about 20 years. Or actually, I'm lying if I say 20 years. It'd be 21 years because I got in my dad's Mustang when I was 15. So that was 21 years ago. But in any case, I made one of my first, you know, real hits in that car at 15. So good stuff, buddy.
Wait, Jack is dying for some reason.
No, it's okay. You're fine. And my son's driving his big truck. He's got a monster truck. I'll show you guys. But,
Hey, Daddy.
what?
So just charge it.
It doesn't, you can back it up if you need to charge it. That's his monster truck. I've got it tapped at 24. I'm going to make that a 48 volt. Does like 12 miles an hour. He's 4. So, yeah, I'm 36. So like, I've been working on cars, you know, my whole life. And I didn't start my YouTube channel to be a Mr. Know-it-all or to create drama. I started it because I wanted to share my passion of cars with people. And I wanted to teach them the shortcomings that I had learned. And then, of course, the advantages, and teach people what I know. And that's, you know, I get in arguments with people sometimes. I try to avoid it, but some people will argue in the comments, like when I raced Mike at Street Speed, and I raced that other C8 Corvette. I raced those. You didn't really win. You jumped. You did this. You did that. And like, I don't know what it is about YouTube, but people legitimately, especially on YouTube, not everybody, but a lot of people on YouTube, they have like their favorite YouTuber, and it's like a god to them. They can't lose. There's nothing wrong with them. They're perfect. Like when I raced Mike and I beat him, and I clearly beat him, the excuses that come in that I cheated, or that Mike wasn't ready, or I didn't really win, or because Mike won one round and I won one round, and all these stupid arguments. Like YouTube sometimes can be very immature, and some people say that, you know, that's why I'm giving you guys this little background on me. I've been doing this a long time. And like I say to people, if you want to be your best person, you study, you work hard, and you don't stop. That's it. And that's what I did my whole life. I'm still learning and still studying and still researching. And I spend a lot of time preparing videos for you guys and doing a lot of stuff with cars for you guys. That's what I do. I spend a lot of time doing that because I enjoy it. And, you know, no matter how good you are, you're always going to have hate or haters. It's just the way life is. I don't let the haters get me down. There's quite a few haters of my channel. There's quite a few haters of everybody's channel. Everybody's got haters. I think that by saying stupid things to me or saying ridiculous succeed when I set my mind to do something. So it won't work on me. It's only going to fuel my fire and make me argue and push more. So that's the little backstory. That's my little backstory for, you know, what I do. And the reason why I'm you know, have all this knowledge I want to share on cars is because I've been working on cars my whole life. So I really wanted to share all this knowledge with you guys. Or comments. It'll do a burnout. Just put your foot on the front tires. Yeah. He definitely likes doing that. Appreciate that, Michael. Thanks, George. I appreciate it. He definitely loves cars. Nothing's for sure until you see the price sticker on the dealership. Oh, you guys are talking about something with, I imagine you guys are talking about the wide-body Red Eye Charger. Yep, Steve Jobs, same thing, Ken Glass. Oh, Destroyer Scat Pack, you're 56 years young. Should I go with a cam for the Scat Pack? No, you could do a cam. A cam is good. Who's gone? Who left the chat? You can reach it, buddy. My son's charging his car. His electric. Here, let me lift this up for you. Yep. You like cars, right? Ugh. Tell all my subscribers you love cars. Hey, Xander. Hey, what car is that? What kind of car is that?
That's a fast Mustang.
Yep, it is.
For it go quiet, it go slow. For it go loud, for it go really fast.
Yep.
Yes.
My son loves cars. Oh, uh-oh. Got a little driver on our hands here. What are you doing, bud?
I'm trying to move the seat. 'Cause I'm stuck.
There you go.
Can you try to take a seat? Can you lift this stuff?
I have to clean it out. I got stuff in my passenger seat.
Put it right over here and sit in here and shut this door so you can go over there
You want to go for a drive in the Mustang.
Go in.
you're not getting you're gonna get in the driver's seat. Get your shoes off my seats though, okay?
Hurry up.
You like the Mustang, right? You want to go for a drive? We can't go for a drive right now.
No, we gotta go for a drive and not move.
Don't put your shoes in the seat. Hey, Joel. Yeah, his high school car when he's older. Yep. No, get your shoes off the seats. Put your legs down. Put your legs down, bud. Oh, Dr. Differential custom cams. Hell yeah, bro.
Look, this is a massage.
Yeah, my son loves cars, as you guys can see. Loves cars. I talked about the Dodge Ghoul last year. I don't think it's real. It seemed like it only comes up during April Fool's, so I have a feeling it's not legit. But these are some of the best seats ever, though, I'll tell you guys. If you've never sat in a GT350, these are really comfortable cloth and Alcantara seats. You want Daddy to start the Mustang up? You want me to start it? No, Xander, get your shoes off the seat. Oh, my God. Come here. Come here. Here. You got to get out. You're getting dirt on the seat. Look, don't put your shoes on the seat. My son, he doesn't care about the seats. I know people would lose their shit if someone did that to their car, but to me, it's just a car that can be cleaned. But, yeah, right? Don't tell his mom. Yep, a bag magnet. Hey, look, come on. There you go. Good job. See, look at this. He's got some sense about cars. Look, he's cleaning the seats. Good job, buddy.
Doctor, let's go over here. Sweet. All day.
Okay.
There you go, Dad.
Good job. Close the door. That's it. There you go. Good job.
And the lights turn on.
So look at this, guys. Anybody who's never used F11, look how good it is. Look at the dirt.
I'll get off.
See? No, don't do that. Don't rub it. You'll rub the dirt in the paint. You just do it gently. See how it comes off? The dirt comes right off the paint. F11 works really good. And it also, check this out. See the wheel? See? The F11's on the wheel. I put F11 on the wheels too. So if you guys have never used it, it does work. It keeps the dirt off the paint and it keeps it from sticking, which is really important. Yeah, right. Yep. Definitely. He loves to check cars out. He's a car lover. Now look at your hands. Look at your hands. All right, let's go wash your hands. Come on. Come on. We're going to start the Mustang up. You want to do that? No, that's enough. You're literally cleaning. Look at this. You're literally cleaning my wheel with your hand. Now you got to wash your hands. Come on.
Yep.
My son, I tell you.
Daddy.
Yeah.
Daddy. I'm going to wash my hands and dry. And you give me the keys. And I'm going to open the door and get in and close the door and start it.
Oh, yeah, Jeremy. It's a lot more fun to drive in its own unique way. There you go. My son's
Get what?
hands are so dirty.
Get what?
There. Try to get it off, bud. Look at this. You can do it. Good job.
Oh, it's so warm.
Oh, yeah, right? That's why I made it warm, so your hands won't get cold. Even though it's like 65 degrees outside. There you go. Oh, yeah, I agree with that. It's a beautiful day to go for a bike ride, 100%. Here you go, bud. You're going to dry your hands,
Oh, no,
too.
it's wet.
Oh, of course it's wet. This is dry. This is dry right here. To dry your hands. There you go. Now, remember, they're not clean like to eat or touch your face. They're just cleaned off from the dirt.
All right, where's the keys at?
The keys, I don't know. They're probably over here somewhere. Why, you want to start the car? Do you want me to start it and you can listen?
Maybe we're in the Mustang.
Okay, let's punch that like button, guys. It's got to...
Open that key.
You can't start it because you have to push the clutch and your legs are too short. Are we all there? Can you guys see me? Let me take the Wi-Fi off. How's that, guys? Is that better? No, you can't. Your leg's too short. You got to press the pedal. You can't reach it. Are we good? Are we all back? Everything good here?
I don't want to push the pedal.
I wonder if we're here because it just said buffering.
Stop the door. I want to start it.
Okay. We will.
Hurry up.
Daddy will start it here. All right.
No.
Is the video quality bad before or was it fine until it was buffering? I'm just curious because I was on Wi-Fi and I hope the whole video isn't bad. No, you can't start it because you have to touch the pedal. Here, let me do it.
No.
You're too short. Look, you have to press the pedal.
Well, I don't want to start it outside.
Well, we have to start it.
No. Get out of the way.
You can't start the car. Your legs are too short. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
That's okay.
Do you hear that? Listen. There's people screaming to the streets. Damn. All right, I have to start the car for my video.
No.
Stop yelling. Give me my keys. See, look, all the people riding the bikes. There's people riding bikes past the house and they were screaming.
Out of what?
Come on, bud. No, I don't want you to close the door. I said no.
I don't want to hear it.
Do you hear that? They're yelling to the streets. I'm trying to start the car, but I can't because he won't give me my keys.
No.
Give me the
Get
keys.
away
I'll make a deal with you. You're going to have to go inside and you'll be in trouble, or you can give me the keys. One or the other.
No.
You can't close the door. No, I said.
I don't want to hear
He won't
it.
let me start it.
Don't want to hear
Is it glitching right now, or is it okay? Because I feel like it might be glitching still. Xander, that's enough. Look what you did to the seat.
No.
No, you're getting stuff all over the seat. Stop. Just stop right now, okay?
want
What's
to
up?
hear it.
What's up, buddy? Oh, it's much better now? Okay, cool. Let Daddy start it.
No, it's mine. I don't want to hear it outside.
Yeah, I want to start the Mustang. Let's go. Give me the keys, bud. Don't you want to hear the exhaust?
No.
He's got my keys.
I want to start it.
Okay, you can sit on my lap and you can start it. Or do you want to hold the camera and go back there and video? Come here. He wants to sit with me in the car and start it. So I'm going to have my son on my lap and I'll show you how to start it. Okay, ready?
I
Okay.
want the door shut.
Okay, well, you don't want the door shut because I got to video it. So hold on. All right. Hold on. There we go.
Which one is button?
No, you can't start it from the remote. He's used to the Hellcat and doing cold starts. Okay, so now that we've... No. Hold on, watch. Here we go. Okay. First, what we're going to do is flick this exhaust right here. You want to hit the button? Hit that button down here. Push up on
I'm
the...
scared.
No, you're not... Don't be scared. Like, you've never been scared of an exhaust. Here, flip up right here. Okay, now do it one more time. It doesn't start the car. The car's not going to start. Do right there. Again, you have to do it 2 times. Watch. 1, 2. Do it. Actually do one more time.
I'm scared. It's going to be very loud.
Okay, ready? I'm pushing the clutch down. Here we go, guys. Okay, all you have to do is push this button and the car starts.
I'm scared. It's going to be loud. Stop saying me.
Xander, you like it. You like exhaust. Do you want me to start it or are you going to start it? You got to be a big boy and start it. Ready? There you go. No, don't do that. It's not raining out.
Hey.
It's not raining out.
No, that's okay. It's not right now.
But you don't need them. It's not raining. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. I just waxed the car, bud. Stop. Don't touch that. That's enough. Jeez. That's enough. That's enough. I said that's enough. Stop or we're getting out. I just washed the car, buddy. That's enough. You don't want to spray that all over the place. Leave it alone. He's trying to play with everything. I do like the interior better though than the Red Eye for a lot of reasons. One of which is the carbon fiber. No, that's the exhaust. Yeah, you watch it get quiet. Do it again.
I can't see.
Do it again, bud. Again.
Let's go here.
Okay, go hear it. It's now quiet. Go.
You wanna come here with me?
Okay.
You wanna come here with
Watch.
me?
No, Daddy will change it while you're back there so you can hear the difference. Go look and tell me.
No.
Okay.
I want it quick. Come on.
Okay, let's go. Go.
Come on. I don't want it. I don't want it.
Okay, bud, relax. You're like losing your mind over here. No, don't put your... Flick the button. Flick the button. I'll do it. So you can go back there and hear it. Watch.
No, I will do it.
Okay, do it. One more. There, now come up.
Wow! This is an awesome, nasty Mustang!
Oh, you turned the AC on, bud. Sound like a jet plane taking off.
All the time?
Yeah, you gotta do it twice. Go, 1, 2. There, see? Now it's quiet. Good job, buddy. So as you guys can see, my son loves the Mustang and loves cars. You can do it again. Thanks, Josh. Appreciate that, Joel. You can do it again. You can do it again. I like it when the exhaust opens up. It's so deep.
Wow, this is an awesome, nasty Mustang! Whoa.
Don't touch. You know, someone actually asked me, they said, when are you going to be tinting the taillights? I don't think I'm going to tint the taillights. I think they look sick the way they are. I don't think I'm going to touch it at all.
Hop in.
One of the only cars I would never tint the taillights on.
Hop in.
No, I don't want us to sit in the car. Because you're playing with everything.
I'm not going to play that for you.
You're playing with everything. So, before we end the video, let me know what you guys think. Put it right now is the time. Don't do that again. I just said don't do that again. No more. Stop.
No.
Put your favorite exhaust in the comments right now, guys. What's your favorite stock exhaust system of all time if you can only pick one car? I'm going to have to lean and say the GT350, which is why I bought the car to begin with. And before we go, if you guys have any other questions, I will answer them for you. Stop.
All right.
I appreciate that, Jeremy. No, he loves to be around me when I'm filming. He loves to film with he's got his own GoPro now. I gave him one of my old GoPros,
right,
and he likes to film and do car stuff just like I do. Yeah?
Daddy, you stay in here.
Well, where are you going?
No, don't shut the door. I'm coming back.
I'm going to turn the exhaust on, watch.
Whoa.
You know, I made it louder. I made the exhaust louder for you. SLP loudmouth on a Fox body sounds insane. It really does.
All right. Hey, Daddy.
Yeah?
So when I tell you, then...
Peace out, doctor.
Then I'm going to yell you to do it loud.
Okay.
All right, don't do it.
Okay, you tell me when to turn it loud.
All right, do it. Whoa! I'm getting back in. No, I'll shut it.
Okay.
Really?
Okay.
No!
I'll open it.
What do we broke? No.
Okay, here. You close it.
No!
Okay, what do you want me to do? Right there?
No!
Where do you want to put it? Tell me.
What's over there?
Oh, over there?
Like this.
Oh, you want to do the whole door. Come on, you can close it. There you go. He has to close the door on his own. There you go. That's the window, bud. There you go. I really like the interior, like I said, of the Mustang. I like the dashboard and the gauge cluster and everything, how it just kind of flows with, of course, the gauges. I'm going to put the N gauge in here. It really is like a race car kind of cockpit. It feels great. And I like the screen. The screen is actually just as high a quality as Dodge's. And I'm going to do a review on this car, but I like all your tech gauges to be here better than here, because every time you want to switch over to SRT stuff in the Hellcat, let's say you wanted to change your handling from street to track, you would go over here and have to touch track mode and customize and wait for everything to load. And with the Mustang, you just go over here and you quickly switch. Like, let's say right now someone was in a Hellcat and they wanted to go from street mode to track mode. Stop. They would basically go over here, hit the SRT button, and then you tap, track mode, and you're constantly having to reach over and play with the screen. Well, with the Mustang over here, stop, bud, I'm trying to film some. Over here, you just hit the mode button. Watch this. Stop hitting that. Stop hitting that for a sec. Over here, you're just going to hit this mode button right here, and it switches you over to track mode instantly. So it's a lot faster and a lot more intuitive than the Hellcat. It really, truly is a lot better, because right here is a POV. Let's say I'm driving and I want to switch over to track mode on the Hellcat. You got to hit the SRT button, wait to load, then you're constantly looking over at your screen, touching buttons. Whereas the Mustang, it's right here. This is your mode button. And inside every mode, drag strip, track mode, slippery, sport, normal, you can also adjust your suspension right here. So I can go from sport or track, or I can set it back to normal, and then I can go from normal or sport. So normal, sport, or track. Then the steering wheel is right here. So you control the entire car from right here. You don't got to be messing around with the screen. And I know it all looks good over there, and it looks good to have the touch screen and to have all your SRT pages, but you've got it right here in front of you, and it's function over form, if you ask me. Everything is right here on the screen. And not only that, it's right here on the steering wheel, so you never have to be reaching over. Like, I've got long arms, and I have to lean over. I have to lean over a couple of inches to touch the screen. Nothing's more annoying than driving and having to reach over, and you keep trying to touch track mode or sport mode or take this off, or you're scrolling through stuff. Everything can be done over here. You never have to take your eyes off the road. So I think Ford's system is better. I do. Not saying that Dodge's is bad, because they've got a great system, but I think the Mustang is superior. And another thing too, if you guys are curious about these GT350 engines, you always want to make sure that the oil temperature on your Mustang, or any car really, is 160 degrees before you get on it, 170. You don't want to drive it till it's about 100, 120. No racing till 170, 180. And on the GT350, you want to make sure that your head temperature is at least 180 to 190 before you drive it hard. This way, you're not going to ruin anything. But it's very driver friendly. This is the hazards. These little toggle switches are pretty sick. I like how everything's got a toggle switch, traction control button. Everything is very, very easy. And I really like how it's set up. Everything in the car is set up to be driver friendly. We'll give a light rev for you guys.
Your teeth.
You don't like the exhaust? What?
Yeah, you're making it. When it's done, you're making it wet, and it's hurting my ears.
It doesn't hurt your ears. You like exhaust.
Yes, it's very loud.
Remember, you liked the Hellcat. Oh, don't do that. You're gonna make the airbag go off. Okay, that's enough.
Stop.
That's enough. That's enough. He likes to honk the horns. But guys, I'm so glad you stopped in for this live chat and stream and questions. We're definitely going to do this a couple times a week. I definitely had fun. If you guys have questions on the next stream, we'll see you then. And anything goes. The topic today, of course, was exhaust. The next topic is going to be something a little bit different. But we're going to do these 1 hour hangouts at least a couple of times a week. At least twice if I can help it. So we got a new video coming at you guys tomorrow. So be safe out there. Stay social distanced. And, you know, like I said, be safe. Have fun. Check out my gaming channel tonight. Circle, Triangle, Square. We're going to have a live stream about 10, 11 o'clock. Going to be on for a couple hours. So go over there as well. And we'll see you guys on the next video tomorrow night on this channel, which is going to be a surprise. You guys are going to like it. Got a lot of stuff coming. Got some mods coming for the GT350. And I appreciate everybody who came in here and hung out and asked questions and stuff. Have a good night,
Search
Doom.
for your vehicle on your device and select it once it is found.
Oh, yeah. All kids love to honk the horn for sure, Mark. Definitely. But take care, guys. Thanks so much for stopping in. Be safe. Have a great night. We'll see all of you guys on the next video. Take care.